May the 17th, 2025. As you're looking at this morning's space weather report, and it's on solar ham, what we got is a G2 magnetic storm. Totally unexpected, but it's something I mentioned a few days ago. If you remember, at the top section of the sun, there was a filament that released. It was about 100,000 kilometers long. And I said that I had mentioned that I don't know if they're being defunded or what's happening with some of the modeling and instrumentation and things like that, but they never put up a CME tracker for that huge filament. Not one time, just kept saying there's nothing concerning about it. It's not going to be Earth affected. But anything that large on this side of the sun, it will be, and it did come in, and that's what's creating this G2 magnetic storm. They really need to get, I don't know if they're going through the same thing that the military is going through with the DEI stuff. I don't know. But something really needs to be done. It needs to be tightened up. I don't know if it's intentional to take our attention away from what's going on with the sun. I have no idea, but somebody needs to tighten up. It's not that hard to do. The information's coming in on the satellites. All you have to do is put it into the computer and let it model it. But tomorrow is supposed to be a G1. May the 19th, also a G1. But we've seen that change. All of these dates were clear yesterday. No magnetic storm for all 3 days. Now, if you look right here on the right, you can see the solar flare activity has leveled out, right? But what we're dealing with, see right here in the center, that's a coronal hole. And that's where we're getting solar wind stream from. That's going to continue to build up over the next few days, but what we're dealing with on this impact was from that large filament release. And if you look, usually the X-flare chance is about a 0.05. We're at a 20% chance now. M-flare 60, C-flare 99%, proton 0.5% chance. AR 4087, the sunspot that right now is the largest, the strongest. It's not getting larger. They're saying it's declining, but it still has 3 different configurations magnetically, beta, gamma, and delta. And that gives it the ability for strong flares. Now, this is spaceweather.com. We just saw solar ham. Both are linked on our website at bpearthwatch.com, guys, so they've been there for years. Solar wind is back up and elevated 622.6 kilometers per second. The density is 8.44 protons centimeter cubed. And let's take a look at what's going on with the geomagnetics. And you can see here when the impact started to happen, right about here. Just that would be just about 1 a.m. UTC time this morning. The shields opened up. They've remained open the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours at least. Your density's back up. It was very low. Right in here, you're dealing with, check this out, in these peaks. There's 30, saw some 50s earlier in there. Solar wind speed peaking out up here in the 600s. Going down, now we're starting to see it rise back up. I think what we're seeing is the impact of that large filament, and it was a glancing blow, thank goodness. But now we're going to start to see this uptick because of that coronal opening on the sun, allowing that solar wind stream to flow in towards our planet and keep that G2 or G1 magnetic storm going tomorrow and into Monday. But right now we're still in a G2 magnetic storm. Some of you guys may be feeling it. They're saying it was a surprise geomagnetic storm. It was not in the forecast. An unexpected G2 class geomagnetic storm occurred during the early hours of May 17th, following a glancing blow from a CME. The CME was launched on May 12th by an erupting magnetic filament in the sun's northern hemisphere. It was a magnificent eruption, they're saying, and we watched it. We have a video of it. The CME was expected to miss the Earth, but it delivered a glancing blow instead. Guys, a child could have seen that. What is going on? Again, is it DEI? I don't know. But it says auroras were sighted in the U.S. as far south as Nebraska, and my Huskies agree with that. In the town of Scotts Bluff, Troy Bryan saw the auroras and something more. A very bright white streak appeared around 11:39 p.m. local time. You can see it here in this image. You can see the glow of the auroras on the horizon, the greens and then the reds at the top. That tells you that you've got more radiation pouring in when they go red. The white, when they say maybe a rocket launch, they have not verified it. And I don't know what it is, because it's pretty bright, pretty wide, and I think it lingered for quite a while. It wasn't just a flash. It lasted for 5 minutes as they photographed it, but it was also reported as bright white streaks and massive light pillars from Idaho, Montana, New Mexico, and other places. This was not an aurora. We suspect it was related to a rocket launch, but we haven't yet matched the streak to a specific launch. If any readers know what this is, let us know. And let us know in the comments too, guys, because it is a little unusual. It kind of reminds me of a comet, but there was no comets coming through at that time. And it's a little different than a lot of the rocket launches we've been seeing. So I'm not sure what this is yet. They're not either, but I'm sure we'll find out. Guys, in looking at the wide Atlantic view right now, we're less than 2 weeks from hurricane season, and space weather does definitely affect our weather here on this planet. And we're starting to see some of those changes, a little more movement coming in up through the Caribbean here up into the Gulf of America. Check that out. And this little storm system right now came through Vicksburg and just missed us. It's coming over, getting Meridian all the way down Interstate 20 and over into Alabama. Now you're going to have to watch that. And we're starting to see some flow here. It's a little low in the convergence zone right now. Here's the Cabo Verde Islands. Usually it's a little further higher, but weather's been strange lately. Looking at the infrared, this is a storm we've been watching. This has thrown up some severe thunderstorms this morning, and the system overall for the last few days has thrown some pretty good tornadoes up. We've had damage from that. You can see along the convergence zone now, starting to get a little bit of buildup here and coming off the coast of Africa. Again, it's just a little bit further south than normal, but in the last 10 years, we probably had 3 or 4 hurricanes or tropical systems formed during the month of May. Usually the earliest ones are either in the Mediterranean, Caribbean, or in the Gulf itself. Sometimes we will see them form off the coast of the Bahamas in this area too. But guys, we're watching it again. G2 magnetic storm today, G1 it looks like for the next 2 days after that. It's a heads up. Be safe.